Welcome to Sweden. This week we're in the beautiful coastal city of Helsingborg for the Helsingborg Open. The par 73 TC course at the prestigious Vassatorp Golf Club played host for the third year running. Anna Madsen's enjoying an impressive debut season, currently leading the rookie rankings. Delane lives just an hour from the course here in Sweden and prepared well for the tournament, playing the course 5 times in the months leading up to the event. Her homework did the trick at 4 under. She was in second. Nicole Broch Larsen teed off determined to make amends after her heartbreaking finish in the Czech Republic. The Danes' hopes dashed on those closing holes in Pilsen. No such worries so far here though. 68, 5 under. She held the lead at the close of the opening day, 1 ahead of Madsen. Pernilla Lindberg, one of 4 players, a further shot back, including the Ladies European Masters winner, Beth Allen. On day 2, Lena Bokvist's putter caught fire. She had one of those days where everything dropped. The 68, the Swede, was 7 under. But Broch Larsen remained out in front at the close. A 69 from the Dane, thanks in no part to shots like this at the 8th. She was 9 under par. Ashley Simon fired her way up the leaderboard with a wonderful round of 65. Nana Madsen dropped back after a 1 under 72. Ashley Simon then flawless in the second round. Unsurprisingly, the South African wasn't able to match that in her third, but a round of 2 under left her 10 under par overall and in second spot. But that was 4 behind this woman, the imperious Nicole Broch Larsen. Reaching the par 5s in just 2 shots gave her this eagle opportunity, and she took it at the 16th in a round of 68. At 14 under par, it would take something special to stop her picking up her first title. Ashley Simon and Marlene Jorgensen would have to be at their best if they were to reel her in. Jorgensen began the day 6 off the lead, but she hit birdie form early on. Double bogey at the first in round 3. She managed a birdie this time round. She was off and running. The putts were dropping as well for Ashley Simon. Just what she needed on the second to try and put the pressure on Broch Larsen. She was 1 under for the day. But the Dane responded in style. How about this for a putt at the same hole to keep Simon and Jorgensen at arm's length? The Dane was really turning on the star with her putter. Another fine effort at the very next hole for her second birdie in a row. Jorgensen matched her, but Simon could only par. The 3 were playing some eye-catching golf in what were very challenging conditions. The wind was howling. Not that it seemed to be bothering Simon. This wonderful approach at the 8th came within millimetres of dropping in for an eagle. At the same hole, Broch Larsen ran into trouble. For once, the putter let her down. First bogey of the day, but at 16 under, her lead was 5 shots over Ashley Simon. Come the back 9 though, the Dane was beginning to wobble. This at the par 5 10th, taking a couple of bounces and heading towards the water. She got lucky though, the reeds helping her out. She played the par 5 so impressively all week. 12 under for them at this stage. But even though she could have been worse, a bogey 6. Meanwhile, Simon ensured it was a 2-shot swing at the same hole. The South African doing the business on the green. She moved to 11 under. Jorgensen then powering her way into the reckoning. Par 4 11th, 300 yards, cutting the corner, and with a driver on the green in 1. The near gale force wind helping the ball on its way, and it would set up a birdie, her 3rd of the day. Without a single bogey on the cards, she moved to 11 under, and she was in with a sniff of a chance. But Broch Larsen matched her on the 11th. Yet another classy putt. She moved back to 16 under, and the win seemed to be in the bag. Simon, though, wasn't finished. The South African was hitting some great approaches all day, and this was one of her best at the 12th. A wonderful touch, a top-in birdie for the two-time LET winner, who moved to 12 under. In contrast, at the same hole, Jorgensen undoing all her good work. Short putt for par. Missed. Back to 10 under. Broch Larsen, though, opened the door. A dramatic meltdown in Pilsen was clearly on her mind as nerves took over. Driver from the tee at the 13th. And she was punished. A damaging double bogey on the card. But fortunately for the Dane, Simon was also making a bit of a mess of 13. This her second, not her best. Going way right of the green. And despite a brilliant recovery shot, she would drop a shot to move back to 11 under, 3 behind Broch Larsen. So plenty of holes for the chasing 2 to reel Broch Larsen in. Simon, though, could only manage par golf, but Jorgensen, she moved within 3 after this fine approach with her utility club at the 15th, added a birdie on the card. Right on the money, but frustratingly, it was just par golf for her after that. With 2 holes remaining, 3 shots behind, a birdie seemed to be a must for Simon on the par 3 17th, and she couldn't have come much closer than that. Broch Larsen seemed to have a straightforward par putt at the same hole, but with butterflies jangling, she did this. A bogey taking her back to 13 under and a 2-shot lead over Simon heading up the last. A par would surely be enough, but once again she got into a spot of trouble. Into the sand with her approach. Luckily for her, Simon did the same, while Jorgensen found the heavy rough to end any hope she may have had. But Simon is an excellent bunker player. Knowing she realistically needed to hold the shot, she gave it everything. It came frustratingly close, but just put the brakes on as it got to the hole. A tap-in par was not enough. Broch Larsen able to tap home for a bogey as she squeaked home. A final day 75, almost blowing a 7-shot lead as she clinched the victory by just a single stroke. Her first win on tour, richly deserved, all the more meaningful after a meltdown in the Czech Republic. The celebrations could begin for the new Helsingborg Open champion. So Broch Larsen's 12 under, enough for her maiden victory and a place at the upcoming Evian Championship, the final major of the year. Simon second with Jorgensen third, and Anna Madsen and Joe Clatton a distant fourth. Further down, it was a good week for Charlotte Ellis, her 12th place finish, her best ever season to date. But it was all about this lady, Nicole Broch Larsen. Finally her hands on a trophy after such dramatic heartbreak last time out in the Czech Republic.
Yeah, I got really close. I was actually very nervous in the end. On the last 4 or 5 holes I got very nervous because I didn't get into the flow today, but lasted in the end, so I'm happy. This win couldn't come at a better place. Here in Sweden with a lot of guys from home, and after my second place in Czech, it's just amazing.
Mel Reid remains at the top of the order of merit. She spent the week preparing for Evian. Nicole Broch Larsen moves from 6th spot up to 4th. Miriam McBride finished joint 6th here in her home tournament, enough to move the Swede up to 19th position. Anna Madsen yet again extends her lead in the race to be Rookie of the Year. The young Dane has simply been a class apart this season. 2 Americans and 1 European in the top 10 of the Rolex World Rankings. Who will come out on top when the Solheim Cup tees off in just over a week? Nicole Broch Larsen made Sunday in Sweden Redemption Day. Next up, the Evian Championship, and as ever you can catch up with all the news at ladieseuropeantour.com.